And you sit there the whole time and act like it's okay. Is there anything Trump can do, Michael Knowles, that you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your fucking life?
Well, there have been plenty of Trump policies that I've criticized because he's only right about 99.78% of the time. So the First Step Act I thought was a misstep. But I would say the rest. Excuse me. I would say the rest of the administration has been very successful. What's your problem? What's your
problem is that
criticism?
you're a cuck and you're a hack and you're not an independent thinker and you're meat riding Trump.
Why do you
and
say
you
that?
know that what he's doing in imperialism
answered your
and
question.
you don't care.
I just answered your question and I corrected
Congratulations. You rented your brain to a war criminal, pedophile, rapist. I hope you're happy.
If the Don Roe Doctrine, as people are calling it, means doing anything that's in the
Dude, the Don Roe Doctrine. Dude, Piers, shut up, okay? Right? Dude, when I hear that shit, I'm like, shut up. Okay, Piers is a wanker. You're a wanker. Dude, the Don Roe Doctrine. Dude, the Don Roe Doctrine, it should be the sound of a jail cell closing, dude. Dude, give me a fucking break.
I guess the argument against what Trump is doing is that many people...
Oh, this should be interesting because Michael Knowles, I really, of all the people on the panel, this is the guy who will fillet Trump the most. Right? Look at him. Dude, look at him, dude. He looks like... Dude, I don't even know what he looks like. He looks like an emaciated preacher, dude, that you want to keep with it like 300 yards from all grade schools.
Who voted for Trump bought into the concept that what America first was take care of what's happening in your own backyard and stop meddling in foreign affairs. And now they're waking up almost on a daily basis to seeing Donald Trump proudly and aggressively talking about meddling in all sorts of foreign affairs. Is there a contradiction or hypocrisy or even a betrayal of voters going on here?
Not at all. First of all, Venezuela is in our own backyard, and it's been the policy of the United States in 1803
Not at
to
all.
manage the Western Hemisphere. So that that's a cornerstone of American foreign policy.
What an
I
idiot.
think it is charming that
Jesus.
Dave is defining America first in the way that he prefers, and I think there are plenty of people who wish to do that. But Dave, though a very popular podcaster, never won a presidential election, and Trump has been clear on what he means by America first, the political movement that he built, that people voted for in his coalition since the beginning.
Dude, what the bro? Like all of the people in his coalition that he built are like all extremely disappointed there, bootlicker.
President Trump campaigned the first time around on destroying ISIS. So obviously that does not mean that America's only going to look inward. President Trump has carried out attacks, military operations that were extremely successful in Iran, in Syria, in Afghanistan, obviously in Venezuela. He's been talking about taking Greenland and even invading America's evil top hat, Canada, though I think he's mostly joking about that one, since the beginning.
He literally just said he's even thinking about invading America's evil top hat, Canada. Like, dude, how much money are they paying this guy to just prostrate himself in front of the entire fucking world, bro? Like, seriously, like who? It is literally like somebody handed him a bowl of Donald Trump's feces and he's just munching it down. It's like on his gum line and shit. And he's like, nah, man, this is good. Dude, what are we watching? He's like putting his hand in a box of glass for Trumpy. Oh, thank you, Michael Knowles. Thank you for eating it up. Oh, Jesus.
I understand the argument. I may not agree with all of it, but I do understand the logic to what Trump is doing here.
Let's go. Get him.
No, because we don't have a right to act like this around the world. We're supposed to be a nation among nations, not a nation above nations. And they used to at least lie to us in the past and say that this is good for the world and we're spreading freedom and democracy. Now they don't even bother to lie. Now it's naked, rank, disgusting imperialism where they say, we're going to take the oil. And the point is that we're going to take the oil. We're going to take the minerals. We're going to take the precious metals. We're doing this for our corporations. We're doing it for the Epstein class, the billionaires. And this, to piggyback on what Dave Smith said, is frankly not what many of the MAGA voters thought they were signing up for. They thought America first actually meant America first. By the way, you also replaced the Maduro regime with the Maduro regime. Congratulations on that. It's also been now a week straight of pro-regime protests. Now you have roving gangs of Venezuelan militias that are kidnapping Americans. But again, I come back to the fundamental point, which is if you sign on to stuff like this, you're saying might makes right and the law of the jungle is back. What you're saying is China has a right to go into whatever smaller country they want and depose the leader and say we're doing it because we can and we have the right to do it and we have bigger guns and there's nothing you can do to stop it. So they're never going to address that fundamental question.
Look at this fucking
which is,
clown,
why do we have
dude.
a right? Do we actually believe in international law, or was that all a joke? Are we rolling the clock back to the 1700s and the 1800s, and we're going super primitive style here? And I think the answer to that is yes. They want to go super primitive style.
Dude, can you? Is there a bigger fucking cuck on this planet than Michael Knowles? Dude, just look at him. Like, bro, dude, this guy looks like he hasn't shit since fucking the Obama administration, bro. Homie has not taken a shit since like 2012, dude. Dude, I'm serious. Scott Jennings could be up there. Okay, Scott Jennings is in the same realm, dude. Oh my God, dude. It's just like he is such a cuck, dude.
International law goes back to antiquity. It's not some creation of modernity.
Antiquity.
Whether we're talking about the 1700s
Jesus.
or the 20th century.
The Geneva Conventions, the Nuremberg Tribunal, the Geneva Conventions and the Nuremberg Tribunal?
Yes, those exist, but
War II?
international laws, the 𝗙ance𝗶𝗹𝗀 goes back to antiquity. However,
And the
unfortunately, a
League
lot
of
of our liberal
Nations
friends
was
think
useless,
history
so that's why
began
we had the
a few
UN.
decades ago.
The League of Nations was useless. It fell apart, and that's why we had the UN. That's why we had the Geneva Convention.
Right, I'm talking about millennia ago,
because we looked
not
at
merely a
piles of
century ago. But
millions
it's true.
of
Woodrow
dead
Wilson
bodies,
failed
and
with
we
the League
said
of
that's a
Nations.
bad idea. We looked at piles of millions of dead bodies and said that's a bad idea. Let's not do that anymore. Let's actually have a framework and rules and laws. And Trump is blowing that up. By the way, he bombed fishing boats from Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, and Colombia. He just did the regime change in Venezuela. He bombed Yemen and
he bombed
Somalia
drug
and
boats,
Nigeria
that's
and
true.
Iran.
He bombed
He's threatening
narco-terrorists.
Greenland and Panama and
Some are happy
Canada
with
and
that.
Cuba and Mexico. And you sit there the whole time and act like it's okay. Is there anything Trump
It's
could do,
okay.
Michael Knowles,
It's
that
good.
you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your fucking life?
No, there have been plenty of Trump policies that I've criticized because he's only right about 99.78% of the
Dude.
time. So the First Step Act I thought
Such
was a
a cuck.
misstep. But
Dude, 99.78% of the time. Dude, this guy is what a ball licker this guy is. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. This guy literally just took over for Scott Jennings, bro. All right, somebody had mentioned Scott Jennings, and Scott Jennings is a cuck. But this guy is a ball massager, dude. He is like the thing at the golf course, except it just says Trump on the front. He's like, come here. Oh, come here, Michael Knowles. Oh, that feels so good. Dude, what? 99.78% of the time? Dude, what a fool, dude. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, look at him, though, dude. Jesus. Somebody... guys, anybody out there, if you know Michael Knowles, if you know anyone who knows him, please, I will fund for like a case of Metamucil. Let's get this guy some fiber or some shit real quick because the man hasn't taken a shit since Mitch McConnell could fucking walk across the room without falling. Dude, we need to help this guy out. Okay, I will fund it. Just get me in touch with him. We're gonna help him be able to take a shit, bro. Dude, there's like an army boot or something fucking backed up. Jesus Christ.
You sit there the whole time and act like it's okay. Is there anything Trump could do, Michael Knowles, that you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your fucking life?
Well, there have been plenty of Trump policies that I've criticized because he's only right about 99.78% of the time. So the First Step Act I thought was a misstep. But I would say the rest. Excuse me. I would say the rest of the administration has been very successful. What's your problem? What's
My
your
problem is
criticism?
that you're a cuck and you're a hack and you're not an independent thinker and you're meat riding Trump.
Why do you
and
say
you
that?
know that what he's doing in
I just
imperialism
answered your
and you don't
question.
care.
I just answered your question and I corrected
Congratulations. You rented your brain to a war criminal, pedophile, rapist. I hope you're happy.
A war criminal, pedophile, rapist?
Yeah.
You brought up a point. You brought up international law, and you made a very false point, a dumb point, which is that international law began only a few hundred years ago. I corrected you, and I pointed out that the international law is part of the Western tradition. Excuse me one second. It goes back to antiquity. It's a principle.
To antiquity? Dude, America didn't exist in antiquity, you dumb fuck. Like, what is this guy doing? It goes back to antiquity when America was just roamed by native populations. If this guy is a goddamn moron, dude. He is like Roman Empiring with Elon Musk, bro, in the back room. What an idiot, dude. Antiquity. Jesus.